we're going to be checking out this M12 soldering iron. So let's get to it. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with 12 volts, which is a nominal standard voltage that you can get from almost any power supply or off any battery for a solar system or anything like that. I don't know what the website is. I'm not here to advertise anything. Type in LED Wizard Calculator. Hit the first one. Zoom in. Source voltage. 12 volts. Diode forward voltage. That's what this is rated at. And we know from the bag that I wrote on, it is 3.3. So 3.3. And the current we know is 30. Okay. And the number of LEDs. Let's go ahead and do 2 for this video. Then you hit Design My Array. And we see this is the design. We've got 2 LEDs in series, and on the negative is where the resistor is. This LED is good, and we know that the shorter leg here is the negative. Now maybe this is insightful to you, I don't know, but in case you're wondering, each one of these is about 5 cents. And when you buy 1,000 of these like I have, they're literally a cent each, maybe 2 cents. So when you buy a LED fixture, whatever it is, even the fluorescent tubes, all they are is a bunch of 5-cent lights, a couple of resistors, and some blocks of aluminum for heat dissipation. And they charge you $100. Yeah, now you know. Alright, so we're going to check these soldering irons. That's the whole purpose of this video. At 280 degrees, can we melt the solder? We can change its color, so it's getting pretty close. Oh, we're starting to melt the solder. Okay. That's at about 300 and... What we don't want is a soldering gun that gets too hot. Let's see how it compares. Okay, so it's got a button here where you can change the position. It's very light, I'll tell you that. It's very light. And the grip is actually slimmed up here. A lot of your 12 volt tools stay thick throughout and it drives me crazy. This is actually thinned right here. This is pretty comfortable to hold. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop this battery in. The battery is at 3 bars last time I checked. We are going to make sure everything's tight. Everything looks tight. And we're going to turn this on. No, 2 bars. 1 bar. Hang on a second. Two bars on the flashlight. Now remember, resistive heat pulls a lot more load than a light will, so that's just an estimation. So let's see, 2 bars, 1 bar. Okay, so this does pull more juice than your standard tool. Come on, bro, give me a battery. Okay, this battery has enough power. Let's check how fast this thing heats up. So, two things. First, I couldn't get a good temperature reading on the tool because I think it was too shiny and reflections. And second, people always ask me, how come you never read the specs of the tool? Because I'm not trying to sell you a bunch of BS. Frankly, it doesn't matter what the specs on the marketing of the box say, because it's just that. It's marketing. So, the only way to really know how a tool is going to perform is a real world test like this. The marketing on this tool says that it heats up to operating temperature in 18 seconds. That's a flat out lie. I don't know what they were melting, but it sure as hell was not solder. Heats up the surrounding metal pretty good, actually. I'm surprised. Alright, moment of truth. And the hot goes in here. And let's turn it on. Well, there you go. Just a quick LED circuit. 3 resistors, 2 LEDs at 12 volts. So yeah, this is capable of small electronics for sure. And I don't feel like it got too hot. And it really seems to get plenty hot enough to melt the solder. So it did everything it was supposed to. And for portable, probably pretty hard to beat. We are going to kind of twist them together like this. So this was the deciding factor, able to heat up this 12 gauge copper and apply the solder. It did well. And we're going to see if this can heat up that material. Now, previously I didn't use any flux because all those LEDs were super clean, but we are going to apply some flux to this wire. Now remember, we're trying to heat up the copper, not the solder. I can melt the solder whenever I want, see? We want to heat up the wire to where I can paint this and push it into all the strands of the wire. Just like that. So what's my thoughts on this soldering gun is that it replaces this guy all day. This is a good soldering iron. This is cooled down enough to where I can touch it. And yeah, so the whole reason I bought this soldering iron in the first place is so I could heat this up, get it to temperature, unplug it, and take it with me and do 1 or 2 soldering joints at the most, portable. And this thing here, battery power, is going to replace this soldering iron, hands down. Alright, well that's the M12 soldering gun. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, ring the bell, it helps out the channel. Thanks for watching.